The Scarf of Kunbatar, summary of Episode 2. Arseny was born on a winter night in Kunbatar after years of waiting and prayer. His mother, Zuleikha, filled him with tenderness and hope, while his father, Yakhya, taught him endurance and silence. He grew into a lonely boy, wandering the mountains, clinging to the scarf his mother had woven. Quiet and different, he was shaped by hardship, love, and solitude. This is the true story of one of our viewers' family members. Episode 3. First glimpses of love. The first stirrings of love rarely arrive like storms. In Kunbatar, they came quietly, hidden beneath the dust of the marketplace, carried in the glances that lasted longer than they should. Arseny was 15 when he first saw Elena, the daughter of a merchant who had come from the city of Yakhya to trade in their village. Elena did not belong to Kunbatar. It was written in her clothes, finer and brighter than the rough garments of the mountain girls. It was in her skin, untouched by the wind's harshness, and in her voice, which carried a softness that seemed unbroken by the burdens of survival. To Arseny, she looked like a vision, something not meant for his world, something fragile and untouchable. He saw her first at the well. She had bent to draw water, her scarf falling slightly from her head, revealing dark hair that shimmered like river stones. Arseny stood frozen, the wooden bucket in his hand, unable to move. His chest felt as though something had lodged inside it, something sharp and warm at once. Elena looked up, and for the briefest moment, their eyes met. She did not smile, not yet, but her gaze lingered longer than that of a stranger. Arseny carried that moment with him for days. It burned inside him, an ember he could not extinguish. He tried to push it away, tried to bury it beneath his chores, beneath his father's lessons, but it clung to him. At night, lying on the hard mattress beside the cold wall, he thought of her face, her eyes, the tilt of her head. His chest ached with something new, something he did not yet have a name for. The scarf his mother had given him became his confidant. Sitting on the ridge above the village, he held it in his hands, pressing it to his lips as if it could answer the questions that consumed him. "What is this, mother?" he whispered to the wind, though Zuleikha was not there to hear him. "Why does my chest hurt when I think of her? Why do I feel as if I cannot breathe unless I see her again?" Life in Kunbatar did not allow for fantasies. Yet Arseny's world began to shift. He lingered in the market when Elena came with her father. He fetched water more often than needed, hoping she might appear at the well. Each time their eyes met, something grew tentative, fragile, but undeniable. Elena was curious about him. He was not like the other boys who shouted and boasted, who tried to draw her attention with laughter and bravado. Arseny stood apart, quiet, serious, his eyes carrying a depth that unsettled her. One day, when she caught him watching her, she surprised herself by smiling. Not the polite smile she gave to others, but a small, genuine one, as if to say, "I see you too." That smile was enough to undo him. He returned home that evening trembling, his heart pounding. His father noticed his distraction. "Where have you gone, boy?" Yakhya asked, his voice sharp. Arseny shook his head, muttering something about the sheep. But Zuleikha saw through him. A mother always knows. She touched his arm gently and said nothing, only smiled with a softness that told him she understood. From then on, stolen moments began. Not yet words, not yet confessions, only glances that lasted too long. Smiles exchanged across the distance of the market square. For Arseny, these fragments became lifelines. Each day without seeing her felt heavier, emptier. Each day with her presence, no matter how fleeting, felt brighter. He began to dream. Dreams not of survival, not of enduring, but of possibilities. He imagined walking with her along the river, imagined her laughter filling the silence of his lonely world. He imagined, though he barely dared, that she might one day hold the scarf his mother had woven, not as his, but as theirs. But dreams are fragile in Kunbatar. The mountains are not kind to those who hope too much. Already, whispers began among the villagers. The merchant's daughter has caught his eye, they murmured. Some laughed. Others shook their heads. Everyone knew the distance between them was not measured in steps, but in worlds. She was from a family of means, with education, with prospects. He was the shepherd's son, bound to the earth, bound to the silence of Kunbatar. Yet Arseny did not care. In his chest, the ember had become a flame. He began to write in his mind, though he had little education. Words formed in silence, words he longed to give to her. You are not of this place, yet you are the only thing that makes it beautiful. He never spoke them, but he carried them as he carried the scarf, as he carried his loneliness. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the ridges, Elena passed by him near the well. For the first time, she stopped. Her hands clutched the bucket, but her eyes stayed on his. You are Arseny, yes? She asked softly. His throat closed. He could only nod. She smiled again, and in that smile was a promise, not of forever, not even of tomorrow, but of possibility. Arseny went home that night with trembling hands, the scarf pressed against his chest. He whispered into it as if it could hold his words. Mother, I think I have found what I was born for, and it terrifies me. The first glimpses of love had come. They were fragile, fleeting, but enough to change the course of a life. For once, Arseny's silence did not feel like a burden. It felt like a vessel holding something too vast, too sacred, to be spoken aloud. And you, listener, must hold this memory with care. For in these first sparks lies not only the sweetness of innocence, but also the shadow of what is to come. Please wait for the next episode. This journey has only begun.